Hey guys, Will Beach here with Great Trades. I just want to do a follow-up video on what I've done with the Top Step FX account and where I'm going now with that and what I plan on doing. It's a pretty short video. My son's probably going to be waking up anytime, so I'm going to get this out quick and easy. So I have decided to cancel the Top Step challenge. Because when I broke everything down, it just doesn't make sense. You are essentially paying $160 a month for this account no matter what. Then you have as much time as you need as long as you meet the criteria to hit your profit levels, and then you actually get funded. I don't know how long that takes. There's not a lot of videos on Top Step as far as like just normal users like recording their stuff like I was doing. So there's almost no information on it. It's very limited. I couldn't really find a lot. So on top of that, I don't know how long it would take to get funded. And then when you break it down and they tell you, oh, you get funded with a $300,000 account, but your margin is 100 to 1. That means you are essentially trading with a $3,000 account on a 1-to-1 level. So $3,000 is really all you're getting for this. And to build 3,000, it's not super difficult to do, but it is going to take time. And now remember, you still got to beat that one. You still got to pay your 160 a month, and so right off the bat, you have to do that. You start in the negative just to get going. Now, where was I at? So I haven't traded this account in the last 2 weeks. Okay, so I only did 2 weeks worth of trading the account, and then 2 weeks I had stopped once I made this decision. And I didn't make a video for you guys last week, but here I am doing it now. And so you can see down here my account balance ended at $3,772. So that means that I'm up $772 on this account in 2 weeks. I started off, if you watch the other two videos, I dropped the account really quickly just on some random, like, I watched some guy say, oh, with FTMO, say, oh, I did it in a week, I did it in a day, I did it whatever, and I just said, okay, let me just jump in on some bigger lot sizes, and it tanked me down to about 2,200, I think. So I was down $800, and then in the next week I made it all back up and then profited $772. So it's not that you can't build the account fairly quickly, but it just doesn't make sense when I can just fund my own account and change the margin levels to whatever suits me. So like if I have a smaller account, I can just change the margin up a little bit to like 50, 1 to 50 or 1 to 100 or whatever it is, to give yourself a little bit more of an edge. You still have to use extra caution because it's very easy when you're using high margin to tank your account on one trade, but I can make those adjustments. So I'm going to flip over. So this is the Top Step. This is another demo account just so I could get my account up and running. I'm using on this one Trader's Way. So on Trader's Way, you can see this is a demo account, and actually I'm actively in a trade and I'm not even watching it, but I'm up $26 here. And you can see my margin here is a 1 to 1,000. So that means this trade, and what I did was I started the account balance at $1,000. It is now currently at 1,916 with this active trade going. Now with a 1 to 1,000, that means that this one trade can literally tank my whole account if it goes against me in the wrong direction. Now obviously, hopefully you stop it, at a reasonable loss. You still have to mitigate, but what does that mean? It means my purchasing power is extremely high. So like this one lot size with one standard lot, which moves you at $10 per pip, that's what this size is right here. it only cost me $117 out of my account. So as long as you're really confident in what you're buying, then you can really, not spend a lot, which means I can buy quite a bit more if I wanted to. But for risk management purposes and good practice, you should still only trade within a nice, reasonable level of risk. And, with that being said, 1 to 1,000 probably isn't the best way to go, but it does allow for it. And to go one standard lot would essentially, if you were on a 1-to-1 level, would cost you $1,000. So if that were the case, I would have spent $1,000 here. I would have had $888 left in my free margin, and this would all be a much lower percentage. But that's, those are all semantics. It is what it is. I'm still playing with a reasonable lot size, even though I'm on 1 to 1,000 margin level. And as you can see here, it's going up at right in front of you, $43. I'm not going crazy. I'm not like, oh, this is a demo account. Let me go all in on a trade and see what I can do. No, because if you treat it that way, it's just not going to do anything for you. It just doesn't make sense. You have to treat your demo accounts the same way you would real money. You have to make the same exact decisions, the same exact risk level, and that way you can really see how your strategies are forming, whether they work, whether they don't work, and you go from there. So on any given day, you could see what you're capable of. This is on a different time, so this says it's 10:43. So really, it's I forget where this one is. So I don't know how far off it is, but basically, it says it's 4:31 here. So I don't know why the minutes are off. The minutes should at least be close. But anyways, my point is I haven't been holding this trade for very long. I bought it literally on this white candlestick. So that was roughly I'm sorry, roughly an hour ago, right? So 15, 30, 45 an hour. So about an hour ago. So right now I'm at $47 and it's been an hour. So I expect this to keep going up at least till it hits some kind of resistance, whether it's this first band, middle band, this band, or even the 200 up here. So it's going to hit some type of resistance before I would even consider selling. So as time goes by, obviously these drop lower and lower. I don't think people always consider that. It's not always going to be this height. The next little tick that comes over, this is going to be lower. So that means if you were going to sell at that mark has now gotten lower. So you just have to be kind of paying attention to that. Anyways, so I'm not going to do the Top Step challenge anymore. It just doesn't make sense. Paying $160, you can be building your own account. I've set up all the stuff. So on something like Thinkorswim, you can do a 1-to-1 ratio of your money. So it's dollar for dollar. They don't really, so there's no real margin involved. That's pretty good. I like having the margin capability. This is a third party. I don't know where they're based out of. So in order for me to fund this account, it has to be through like Bitcoin or something like that. So now I used Coinbase for my Bitcoin to purchase Bitcoin, and then once that settles, because it still takes like a few days for your funds to settle, then I can transfer it over with whatever the Bitcoin codes are, and then it'll go straight to this account, and this one will be funded. And you got to eat some fees along the way. Coinbase charges $2.99 transfer fee or something like that. So you're gonna get eaten up a little bit, but this particular one doesn't have commission. So I kind of weigh the good with the bad. There's 0 commission, so the fact that I get some funds eaten on the Coinbase side, it's it'll balance out. If you had a different broker who charged you commission, then you'd be getting eaten up on both sides. So if you have a better Bitcoin broker that doesn't charge these types of fees, let me know. I'm not that familiar with it. I know how to access it and whatnot, but I'm not that familiar with whether or not uh, these types of fees are common or how expensive they get. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed these videos. I am going to keep trading some on forex. I am enjoying the process. I like that it runs from Sunday night to Friday night, and 24/7 from that point. So it kind of gives you an edge on a workaround of your daily schedule. Maybe you had some errands to run and you didn't want to miss that, miss market time. So it gives you some flexibility. It is a different trading experience because it runs 24/7. So whereas normally your price targets take a lot longer to reach, they're shrunk down. So a lot more movements happening. There's some volatility to news that's a little bit more involved with the currencies than maybe a certain stock you're trading. But to be honest, as far as technical analysis goes, it's very, very similar. This is just this setup, what you see in front, but I actually have a different setup that I'm testing out on Thinkorswim, which I'm working on pulling up. So anyways, so I'm gonna have to get into Thinkorswim here, see where we're at. Let me go up. Just want to pull this up real quick. So I always use Fibonacci. I know I'm just getting sidetracked. I always use Fibonacci for retracement levels. So I went ahead and went with Fibonacci fans for trading this stuff. I think it makes a little more sense because whereas just the regular Fibonacci does like these horizontal levels of support and resistance, which kind of makes sense, but the charts are really moving in angles. They're moving downward and they're moving upward. So to me, the fans are starting to make a little bit more sense. They're a little bit challenging to look at first, but it allows you to see how things progress, downward resistance and upward resistance rather than or support, rather than just seeing them horizontal and you're kind of guessing in between. So I kind of like it, still learning it. And this ribbon here is called the exponential ribbon, moving average ribbon, and it's something that I'm testing out. I'll let you guys know how that goes. But so far I like it, and I'll get more into that on a different video. But it just allows me to see more clearly buying and selling, when to buy long and when to sell short. And anyways, so I hope this is a good update for you guys, and let me know if you have any questions and I'll be happy to answer them. Thanks. Have a good one.